You want to go to Texas A&M?
Yeah, I don't think there's really much to take away from this one. So this one will probably be on the shorter side.
Mike Elko in his first spring game as the Texas A&M head coach. Joe, I gotta say something here. This of all the spring games that happened yesterday, this was the most predictable. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's a Mike Elko looking team. Going to be clunky at times on offense. Going to be really good on defense. What did you see?
Same exact thing that you just said. That I think it's going to take some time to kind of figure out what the offense is doing there. But, like, I'm not surprised that the emphasis here was defense. You know, Mike Elko is a hard-nosed MFer when it comes to developing and building a physical defense. And they stole the show. And I said this in the open. Nick Scourton, that defensive end who came from Purdue. That is the performance that he had in the game. I think he had
2 tackles for loss, a sack.
He had an unbelievable performance. And I think that if he ends up finishing the year as the best SEC, or not the best, but one of the best SEC defensive players, I wouldn't be shocked.
Here's the problem that I have with them. Everything that let me say the good, then I'll get to what I thought the issue was. Joe, did they really get worse defensively? Because if they did, I didn't really see it. I mean, DeLeone, Shamar Stewart, and the guys, they had 2 sacks in the opening drive. They had tons of pressure. They were stuffing the run really good. Now, there were some long runs, okay, that they gave up, but it is what it is. It's going to happen. But I really did think that defensively, I'm like, that's what a Mike Elko team should look like. The issue that I walk away from that game, though, with, okay, even though I thought the defense looked really good, and maybe you can give the offense a little bit of grace, because I do think that defenses are supposed to be there quicker than offenses when you're doing a complete transition. Like we've seen Saban, Kelly, not Lincoln Riley, even Brent Venables to some extent in the very beginning. Like, defenses are normally going to be better than with the offense because it's so much more install. But, man, they looked really clunky. And we praised, and I did too, that Klein might be one of the better play callers in college football. Well, he better learn very quickly. If your own defense is a really good SEC defense, you better find out very quickly that you better start getting north and south with these running backs, besides going east and west, which is what he tried to do all the live long day. I thought that Le'Veon Moss was obviously offensively was the biggest performer for them. The running back, I thought Reuben Owens didn't look too bad. Joe, they're going to be run the football, play really good defense. And I think for Connor Weigman's sake, in the early going of all this, with an offensive line that did not look good, you're going to have to take what the defense gives you. Even if you want to start pressing, Joe, they just look so clunky.
That's what I was getting at, that, like, I'm not really surprised by the fact that this is what they looked like, that their defense led the way and that their offense is going to take a little bit of time to figure out their identity. And their success isn't going to have anything, I think, to do with what they do defensively. Their defense increases the floor, but offensively is going to determine if they're a 7-win team, which I said a while ago, or if they're a 9-win team, as A&M fans think that they're going to be.
They're not a 9-win team right now.
Yeah,
they're not. They're not a 9-win team. But you know what? The first thing, if we're going to talk about offensively, that it's got to come away as the biggest walk away or take away from Texas A&M. Man, does that offense look so much different than Jimbo?
Oh my God! Yeah, creative.
Right.
Just at least a little bit more creative.
Yeah, a lot more creative. I think that they would think, Texas A&M fans might believe that they look better offensively because of how bad Jimbo was and to where they are at the exact moment.
Right.
I still have a lot of faith in Weigman, okay? And I still think that he's a really good quarterback. The only thing for me is if he doesn't have protection around him, That O-line did not look good. Joe, I mean, I remember a play, I think it was in the second quarter, where the left tackle just got absolutely abused, and Scourton, I think it was, got the sack. I mean, really just comes untouched. I mean, Scourton's a really, really, really good player. But, Joe, there's a lot of really, really, really good players in this league. So, the most predictable. But they're Elko better tell Klein, hey, man, you better start getting north and south in this league, because if you try to go sideline to sideline, you're going to get eaten up. So,
yep. BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. Bet online, where the game starts.